Do you see this game sitting right at the number like 24-20?
I do.
Yeah. That's what it screams to me, and that's where I'm going to go with it. Pittsburgh on the barely cover on the road wins this game 24-20. I would say that Le'Veon Bell should go off, but I think guys like Jeremy Hill can take over the game as well. Not nearly like a Le'Veon Bell, but I think that they will try to run the ball. Do guys like Tyler Boyd and Brandon LaFell get involved? Probably. Tyler Eifert probably finds the end zone once or twice. Steelers are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games and really seeming to find a head of steam. I think Pittsburgh finds a way to win this one 24-20.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's got Cincinnati's number. I think they're 14-2 straight up the last 16 games when playing on the road against Cincinnati.
That is correct.
Pittsburgh. I got a bad vibe for Ben Roethlisberger this weekend for some reason because there's always that game when Ben Roethlisberger shits the bed, and and I think that this is the weekend that's going to happen. I think they win the game. I don't see it. I'm with you. I think 63% of the betting consensus believes the game goes over. I don't see it happening. I think you're going to see a lot of ball control on both sides with, like, as you mentioned, Bell on Pittsburgh's side of the ball and Jeremy Hill on the Bengals side of the ball. So I think you're going to see a lot of running. I think they're going to try to limit Roethlisberger's weaponry with Antonio Brown. I'm looking right at it, 23-20 Pittsburgh.
Okay, I'm looking at the weather there in Cincinnati this week, and it says 84 and mostly sunny.
Yeah, I think you're
this website is not very good.
Smoking your lunch. So
yeah, it must be. It's a power lunch, all right. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Pittsburgh finds a way to win this game, and they get a full head of steam heading into the playoffs. They're going to find a way to sneak in there, too, with Baltimore out of that division. What did you say, 23-20?
23-20.
23-20.
I don't
for
see
me,
Big Ben having a wonderful game, though. I see like only 1 touchdown and maybe 2 interceptions. I do see him pulling it out in the end, though.
Let's hope he gets popped and throws a couple picks. But to me, the game of the week that has the most to do with anything, it's our last one on the list here, is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Dallas Cowboys, heading out to Big D, playing Jerry World. I've actually got some listeners that are heading out there. I think they headed out maybe today, maybe yesterday to Big D to go see this game. So I know they listen, and I hope they're having a great time, and I know they're going to be excited about that Buccaneer team. Pretty good game, man. Dallas was exposed a little bit Monday night as to who Dak Prescott really was. And Dak Prescott is like every other quarterback in the NFL that if you can get 4-man pressure on him, he's rattled. Everybody. From Tom Brady to Dak Prescott, you get 4-man pressure. You can rattle anybody. That Bucs defensive line has been really good the last couple weeks. Some things slightly deceptive because they've done big things against teams like Chicago and some bad offenses in the mix, but I think that Tampa team is a big story. They're getting better and better every week. They've got some injuries, though, that may be an issue. Gerald McCoy is questionable. Levante David is questionable. So up the middle, that defense can take a hit if those 2 guys aren't there. They're a different team without Gerald McCoy on the field. But Tampa 5-0 against the spread in the last 5 games, 5-1 against the spread in the last 6 games on the road. Pretty good football team. This is the game of the week for me, but I don't really know where to stand. The only thing I see is that Tampa is getting 7 points on the road. The over-under here is 46.5. I don't know how you could go any direction other than the Buccaneers in the 7.
Yeah, they're one of the up-and-coming teams in the NFL. I know that early on in the season we thought, Tampa Bay's going to...
I thought they were pretenders.
Yeah, they're going to be 5-11. But they've really turned it around. That isn't Dirk Cutter, their head coach there in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he's doing a nice job.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Computer has this game 31-16 Dallas. I don't see that happening.
I don't either.
Tampa Bay has, as you mentioned, has just been playing great football as of late. Dallas, here we go. Jerry Jones started opening up his mouth regarding Dak Prescott and Tony Romo. I don't think that bodes well for guys like Dak Prescott, nor those players that have been backing Prescott over the last 14 weeks. Does that cause controversy? I don't know. I do think that Prescott was exposed last weekend in New York, as we had called on our broadcast, that he was going to have to face the elements coming from he's a Mississippi boy playing football in New York. And I don't think, they put 10 points on the board last weekend?
Yeah, it was 10-7 final.
Yeah.
Or no, it was
this
13.
This game, it screams for cover. I just think Tampa Bay is a very good team. I think that they're going to get their opportunity. This game was moved to the Sunday night game. I think originally Pittsburgh-Cincinnati was scheduled to be the Sunday nighter. So Tampa Bay gets to show America what they're all about. I think they play Dallas tight. I think they play them close. I think Dallas might come out on top. 23-20 is what I'm going with because Zeke is the man in Dallas.
Well, I think, yeah, he is. I do think the Buccaneers are going to be doing a little scoreboard watching to see what happens in Atlanta. It certainly shouldn't be a mystery that Atlanta should beat San Francisco, but they're going to keep their eyes peeled on that. And if they see Atlanta win, the pedal to the metal for the Buccaneers, you got to win to keep pace with that division leader. This game's not going to. There's not going to be a lot of points. I don't see that 46.5 making any sense at all. Again, where are you coming up with almost 7 touchdowns? I don't
know because as we mentioned, Dak Prescott laid an egg last weekend.
These aren't teams that score points. Dallas, 9 of its last 11. Well, that's against Tampa Bay. That's a bad statistic, but their total has gone under in 7 of their last 10 games. Dallas has 70% unders. That's an under team all day long. Tampa's not a juggernaut offensively. They've won recently. They beat Seattle 16-5. Tight score, low scoring against the New Orleans Saints. I think that they do keep Dak Prescott in check. I don't think that they keep Zeke in check. Maybe Zeke gets 100 yards, but you're not going to stop that guy all day long. He's going to pop one. The Bucs defense is not the Baltimore Ravens rush defense, but it's not bad. I think that Tampa covers plus the 7, but I think Dallas wins the game 17-16.
Yeah, that's going to be a low score, and you're right. I think ball control is going to be the key here because I'm assuming that Dallas is going to utilize the running game. They're going to utilize that offensive line. I think they're going to try to keep the ball in Zeke's hands more so than Prescott. And neither one of these offenses are quick strike offenses.
Not at all.
So I think that keeps the score under the total by all means. I think I'm with you. I think it's going to be a very, very good game. I'm kind of excited to spend 3 hours with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers just to see what that team's all about.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That actually is the game that garners the most interest out of me. I'm glad they moved it to Sunday night. Looking forward to it, man. So that actually wraps up this edition of Pick'em. We took our time on a lot of these today, so I hope everybody can follow along and go through and make the picks. Hopefully we can come out with, 25-3 last week against the spread? Is that what you said it was? Combined?
Yeah, but guess what? We're not done. You forgot the Monday Nighter. Washington, Carolina.
Oh, no wonder I forgot it. Nobody gives a shit. Yeah, Monday night, December 19th, the Carolina Panthers travel to Washington and take on the Washington racial slurs, as Joey Peeps calls them. Washington's a 6.5-point home favorite. Over under here, 51 points. I did forget about this game. I don't care. Carolina stinks.
Boy, they're just not. They're not the Carolina Panthers of old by any stretch of the imagination.
No, Cam's had a terrible year.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about the hangover enough this football season. But at 5-8, who would have thunk it, man? Not me. You thought they were going to end up below 500?
Early season. Yeah, in that first episode of the that we did before the season started discussing the Super Bowl hangover, that team smelled of 7-9, 6-10 to me all day.
And the good news for Carolina Panther fans, next week they get Atlanta at home, and the following week they travel to Tampa Bay. So maybe they play it out, Tom. I don't know. Maybe they, Washington's got. Now you want to talk about a quick strike offense.
Yeah, they do.
Kirk Cousins has just been, he's been one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL this year, sneakily.
Pay that man.
Yeah.
Pay that man. He slings it around. He can whip it out.
Yeah, I'm all over this game too. I think Washington wins this game by 10. I think that they win 30-20. I think they put some points on the board against that Carolina defense, who I believe at 5-8 has packed it in finally. They're looking ahead the next 2 weeks when they know they have Atlanta and Tampa Bay in their sights.
Yeah.
Do they want to get back to 8-8? I'm sure they want to, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I don't either. And I don't know if I've mentioned this on the air either, but I had a theory about this Carolina Panthers team with Travis Benjamin coming back. Not Travis Benjamin. What's his name? Kelvin Benjamin.
Kelvin Benjamin.
He's hurt last year in like the first week of practice, blows a knee, doesn't play all season. Carolina goes on that epic 15-1 run. And offensively, guys like Ted Ginn step up and come up big week in and week out. All of a sudden, Kelvin Benjamin comes back, starts to pull off of the Ted Ginn targets. I think Kelvin Benjamin's a very good receiver, but something about that situation, the dynamic with Benjamin and Cam Newton, something's not right there at all. And I think that affected that offense quite a bit. Cam had a shitty season because of it.
Yeah.
I really think that had a lot to do with it. They're a better team with Jonathan Stewart on the field. He was dinged up most of the early season. That created a lot of problems. This team's just not very good. I don't know that he should play it at all the rest of the season.
No, he shouldn't. But the one thing I don't understand about the Carolina Panthers, knowing that Jonathan Stewart has been a health risk most of his career, why do they let a guy like D'Angelo Williams slip away a few years ago? And I know he's hurt this year, but, we saw him fill in for Le'Veon Bell in Pittsburgh last year. The injury to Jonathan Stewart, the injury, I know he's going to play, obviously, Monday night, but it's kind of similar to the issue that Green Bay has when they become one-dimensional. Yeah. Without having Eddie Lacy or James Starks, or they're using Montgomery as their running back. I don't think Carolina's not really offering a two-dimension offense. They rely too much on Cam. So.
I'm going to take Washington in this game, and I'm going to take Washington to cover as well, 27-17.
Yeah, I see some scoring in this game, Tom, and I see Teddy Ginn getting behind the defense. I also see Deshaun Jackson getting behind the defense this weekend. I think.
What about Deshaun Foster?
I don't know what he's doing anymore. I don't think he's been in football for maybe 15 years now. But
he's selling.
But you never know. He might get behind the defense.
You never know. You got to watch out for that. That's for sure. On that note, homeboy, we's done. We covered it. That was it. Unless I missed another game. Is there a Tuesday night game that I forgot about?
No, but for a reminder to our listeners, I think that there's a lot of football come next Saturday, which is Christmas Eve. So I'm assuming, Mr. Wonderful, that we will be making our picks on Friday.
Yeah, I think so. Let's try to get that done. And then give us some more feedback. Go check us out on Twitter at TL317 or at Joey Peeps, or at Joey's Big Mouth, on Twitter. You can go see us on Spreaker as well. So just Spreaker, search the Line Sports Talk Podcast. Leave us your questions on those forums in there on either Twitter or Spreaker or even YouTube if you'd like. You can find us on there too. Fantasy football questions, anything else you got, fire away, man. We'll see if we can help you out. 25-3 last week. Maybe we know a little bit. Maybe we don't. I don't know. I think it's okay. So on that note, ready to go next week?
Last night at our family function, I just wanted to throw out that maybe this is part of the reason why Peeps isn't with us today. He was sporting a red satin pimp hat with a red satin shirt that said, "Where my hose at?" So
he's such an ass.
Yeah, he was the lively one last night, and it's always fun to hang out with the Peeps.
Yeah, the Peeps at Joey's Big Mouth is for sure, for real. I saw some of those pictures. You know what? Why don't you go ahead and have somebody send me that picture again? We're going to put that up on the we'll do it on our Twitter page, and we'll put it up on the Line Sports Talk Podcast Facebook page, so everybody can see what a jackass Joey Peeps is and how much we all love him for it. So
you got it.
On that note, we've done, man. We've emptied the tank. Good luck. Go make your picks, make your plays. Don't forget to get your Sunday Swim picks in there. And thanks again to our friends at Sunday Swim, as they all know that I have moved into the second place in the big league, and I am going to get it. Say good night, Pepper Jack.
Good night, Pepper Jack.
We out.